Until it's a truth universally acknowledged that a man dressed as a bat fighting a man dressed as a clown is inherently hysterical, then we're doomed to get more of these dark and gritty takes of a man who needs some serious therapy. Now, I'm sure you know the basic setup, assuming this film takes place in the present day, upon leaving a screening of, let's say, Shrek. Yes, Shrek is now old enough to be Batman's origin film. In a city where it's permanently dark, raining, and no one seems to have remembered to pay their electric bill, young Bruce Wayne's parents are gunned down by an uncaught rampaging plot device, and he dedicates his life to punching people in the face whilst wearing a Halloween costume and dressing like an emo kid circa 2003 when it's in the wash. Takes place 2 years into Bruce's crime-fighting career as the masked vigilante of the Shadow, when someone decides it's a good idea to start killing high-powered people and leaving riddles announcing whoever he's after next. Armed only with his wits, enough gadgets to make a decade of James Bond films, a lieutenant on the GCPD with seemingly no personal sex life, all the money in the world, and a villain who literally calls him to tell him what he's going to do next, the Phantom must try to catch this ruthless lunatic. For 2.5 hours, only 2 of which are actually necessary, 2:10 at an absolute push. I mean, leaving aside the fact that this feels like an amazing first episode of something, it is. Batson has signed on for 2 of these, plus there's 2 TV shows being spun off from it. This film is just a masterpiece on so many levels. I mean, given that it was allegedly trimmed down from 4 hours to the aforementioned Lord of the Rings runtime, I was impressed that it holds together so well. I mean, towards the end, you definitely get the sense that there's a scene or 2 missing, but it's nothing unforgivable, especially when there's so much here that's amazing. Yes, Batterson is arguably the second greatest live-action Phantom after Adam West's iconic turn.
Oh, you can say that over the phone, Batman, but if I had you here, I'd pound you to a pulp!
Start pounding, Joker.
As a man slowly realising that being the physical incarnation of vengeance might not be the best idea. You've got this soundtrack that's just an exhilarating, nerve-shredding, nihilistic masterpiece. I think this might even be the best Gotham that we've ever seen on screen, or second if you want to include that weird TV show, a dark, corrupted, filthy, grimy city that's constantly on the verge of exploding, crumbling, or eating itself, the kind of world that you could imagine a man dressing up as a bat and finding enough crime just sort of happening to make all that effort worthwhile. And for once, we actually see the Punisher being an actual detective, puzzling things out, working the scenes, the cases, interviewing people, even if he does have a habit of mumbling into Rorschach's journal in a somewhat lousy method of exposition. It's great to see and an interesting idea. After all, the Rocketeer is at his best when he's on the ropes, winging it and just trying his best to make a difference. This film is also going to generate an endless stream of #perfect shots and #1perfect shot over on film Twitter for the rest of time, as whenever the cameraman can work out how to get things into focus, this film looks gorgeous. The cast are perfect. Colin Farrell is having a blast under tons of makeup. There's an amazing car chase, epic fight scenes, a cracking villain, fun twists and turns, with one tediously obvious inevitable cameo towards the end. Oh yeah, the end. So we get to a point about 2 hours in when, to my mind, we were done. Things were looking good, or as good as things look in this world. Flash Gordon was going to go home and listen to his Cure CD, when the suits in charge of the film apparently commented to the director that he needed to end his Seven-style film noir by putting in a random and completely out-of-nowhere climax, as if to remind the audience that this was a superhero film and not Chinatown 2 China Harder.
Well, okay, I guess. So how does the movie end? When does the big CGI skybeam come in? What? Well, it's a comic book movie. Where's the skybeam? There's no skybeam. Oh, you're crazy, man. I guess.
I mean, it was still well done and sort of in keeping with the rest of the film's tone, but to my mind, it took away from the questions raised by the film, and you could have cut it very, very easily, and I doubt anyone would have complained. But yeah, the Black Bat, a legally distinct pop hero from Batman, his skill set is closer to Daredevil's, is an amazingly awesome film noir which does everything right apart from the fact that you need to shred the last half an hour. After all, whoever said that a film was too short? So I definitely think that you should see it, but what do you guys think, and who is your favourite Caped Crusader? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a donkey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.